And hey, Kelly. So we gonna go ahead and get started. There's no need to drag this thing out. Most people know that we're pregnant and we're excited, and things are going really, really well. But I, of course, got a lot of questions when we announced. So, DMs, calls, text messages, hey, Morgan, all that good stuff. And I know anybody that knows me knows that I'm a heavy researcher. So that didn't change at all. When we were preparing to start a family, I was researching like crazy. And when I say researching, I mean researching like crazy. And one thing that I did notice was there weren't a lot of people that looked like me that was sharing their experience. And so that was something that I wanted to change. I wanted to make sure that I was being open and I was being transparent. And so when people in the future are trying to find some things about what to expect, what it's going to be like, we know every single pregnancy is different. Y'all know, if y'all read my blog post, that I used to have Chanel in the conference room every week, like, tell me everything that you're going through. Same for Rian, and like, tell me all the gross stuff. I want to know everything. And I know it's not going to be the same for me as it is for everyone else, but it's still nice to know, is this normal? Is this something that most people go through? Because there's a couple of things that you never hear people talk about. People talk about morning sickness. People talk about this, and it's weird stuff that happens to you when you are pregnant. And so I just wanted to make sure that I had that out there. I was able to connect with you all, and as promised, working on being a little more open and vulnerable. Because I do want you guys to know me. I want to know you. And that means I have to get a little bit uncomfortable and share a little more than I might be used to. But I think it's going to help. And that's what I've been called to do. So we're going to dive in. There are quite a few mamas in here. So make sure y'all are adding in how this stuff affected you or didn't affect you in the comments, because I think that'll be super fun. But the first question that I thought was a really good question is it what you expected? And the answer is no. So me and Terrence thought it was going to be a mess. He tells my mom that I was going to be like, I want fries from McDonald's, sandwich from Wendy's, napkins from Arby's. I'm like, I am not that crazy. He's like, you're that crazy on a regular day. So we really expected things to be like super turned up. I didn't know if I was going to, I expected to kind of be sick. Most people I know had a little bit of sickness. I expected to be just dumb tired, can't do anything. And it was just not what I expected. Things have been beautiful and I'm thankful. Not what I expected. I thought things were going to be crazy. And so far, they've been weird. And every single day I say like, whoo, this is so wild. I can't believe we're pregnant. I can't believe this is happening. I literally say that every single day. But it's not what I expected. And we'll go into kind of some of these other things. So when we get into the things we expected, did I get sick? So there was never any like throwing up nausea. But I learned early on that as long as I didn't let my stomach get empty, I wouldn't get too sick. So I started having those Go Squeeze apple sauces next to the bed. I started having granola bars and stuff next to the bed. Hey, everyone that's joining. Welcome. There we go. Hey, everybody. We're just diving in. I learned that if I eat something, and it was literally like I would wake up, you're gonna wake up to pee. I've woken up to use the bathroom like 7 times a night. No matter what time I stopped drinking. But I would just reach over, have an applesauce, have a granola bar, and I learned that I was waking up and my stomach wasn't empty. And so that really helps me not be nauseous. And I still had a couple days, probably 1 or 2 days a week, where it was like, while I was trying to figure that out. And warm ginger ale, which my sister Marquita told me about. And then, hey, everybody. And then Earth Mama Organics tea. That morning wellness tea knocked it right on out. So add that to your list. Any mamas to be, any mamas right now. Just when your stomach is not doing what you need it to do, it really, really, really did the trick for me, that tea. So small meals, frequent meals. You can't be going 3 and 4 hours without eating. That's when I start getting that nauseous feeling. So that's been good. Tired. I was tired. And my friends told me like, girl, it's a tired, like you can't keep your eyes open. And I was like, let's see. No, that tired smacks you in your face. You are sitting there. Life is good. all is well, and then you get smacked with tired and you just be like, I gotta go sleep. I gotta go sleep right now. Right now. So that was how I was dealing, and it was weird. Y'all know, anybody that knows me, I'm not a napper. It's really hard for me to nap. New Year's Eve, I was napping, which was weird, but we was just like, whatever. But I was napping, so that nap hit me. It wasn't long. I would usually only need like 30 minutes or so. But then I would go to sleep, and when I'm sleeping hard, but that does not stop that pen. It don't matter. I still got to get up to pee. And in the beginning, I was all like, whew, let me take it easy. I don't want to wake up Terrence. I don't want to make too much noise. After a while, it's like, I'm doing a lot of work. I am a grown human being. Forget him. He over here knocked out, snoring, ain't think about me. I don't care. I'm going to get out this bed. So I stopped worrying about him. I made sure that I was eating the snacks I wanted, not just the quiet snacks and all that kind of stuff. And getting that rest. I mean, in the first trimester, I would sleep by 9 o'clock every night. I see all y'all calling boys in there. Cause like Kat tell it every time she see me, she like, you glowing. I do have on a little makeup, but my chin is what has been breaking out the most. I'll try to remember tomorrow on my Instagram stories. I'll show you guys what my chin is looking like. It's been cutting up. It's given middle school. But that's the only place that I've had them. And what I did was I was doing oil cleansing for my face, and I stopped. Being pregnant, I'm more oily. So I went back to the Cetaphil that my husband was using, and that, you know, made everything better. So I've been using that, my normal serum and my SPF, and that really helped with the chin breakouts. So when are we due? We're due in September. I'm not putting the actual date out there because I don't want people stressing me out with the are you early, are you late thing. I want this baby to come when they are good and ready. I'm not gonna rush them. So, okay, yeah, Morgan, you broke that chin has been cutting up. So yes, we're doing September. Didn't get morning sickness. I went through that. What were my favorite products? So I told you the Earth Mama Organics tea, the morning wellness tea, and then they also have a heartburn tea. So I'm gonna pause right there, guys, and go to symptoms. So yes, we were trying. Hi everyone that's joining. Welcome. We're just diving into our first trimester and what that's been like. Symptoms. So yes, we were planning this. Yes, you know, y'all know I'm a planner. I try to plan everything. But listening to my doctor, statistics, everyone around me, I was not expecting it to happen as quickly as it did. I had started probably 6 months or so in advance. I come off birth control 3 months before I started taking my prenatal vitamins. And about that 5-6 month mark is when I really started digging into like the meditation, talking to the baby, letting them know, hey, we're ready for you. Trying to have conversations with my husband to make sure that we were ready for this. And trying to prepare our marriage and having those kind of deeper conversations around things, making sure that I was, you know, doing the things that I wanted to do, eating the things I wanted to eat, but really getting my mind and my body ready. I started doing green smoothies in the morning so that I was getting more folic acid, things like that to start preparing. But I did not think it was going to happen as quickly as it did. We vulnerable, I'm telling it all. So we stopped using condoms in November, but we were already outside of my window. So my cousin Kat, she was like, get the ovulation kit, like stop playing these games, girl. Cause I thought having the ovulation kit would stress me out, tracking that closely, and it didn't. What it did was it made it be like, hey, we are just trying to increase our chances. Having a kid is a miracle. So many things have to go right for you to get pregnant and stay pregnant. So why not set yourself up for success if you can? Do all the things that are in your control. Why not just try it? So I got the ovulation kit. I'm peeing on the sticks and we excited and ready. And I'm talking to, I called Chanel and Kat one night, like, this is what it said. What am I supposed to do? They like, girl, go do it right now. I'm like, okay, I'm out of here. We're going to do this thing. So December comes around. This is when we are actually trying, and we ended up pregnant. Didn't expect it. We were at the cabin. We got bottles and bottles of champagne. We turning up, and I'm having the worst heartburn. Never have heartburn. Ever. But it's so bad I can't eat or drink anything because it's just awful. So that was weird. I was getting headaches, which I don't get, and they were frequent headaches leading up to, this is when I would have been about 4 or 5 weeks. I was getting really bad headaches, really bad heartburn. And so we're like, this is weird. And this was taking a couple naps, and that was strange for everybody. But we still were just kind of like, we'll see. Got back home, my cycle did not come, and my app was like, you should take a test. So we took the test. So those were my early symptoms: heartburn, headaches, and spicy. I was craving spicy. Y'all, I can't take too much spice. I like a little bit. I can't take too much spice. I was eating hot sauce on everything. When I was putting hot sauce on hummus, I knew I had like something ain't right. We gotta figure this thing out. Something is going on. Nothing was spicy enough for me. Nothing was hot enough for me. Hot chips, hot sauce on everything I was eating. I was so thankful that the heartburn started to subside, because all I wanted was spicy. Whole first trimester, I could not do sweets. Y'all know I love sweets. Hey, everyone that's joining. I see y'all coming in. Hey. I couldn't do any sweets in the first trimester. That bummed me out. Y'all, Valentine's Day, I was negotiating with the kid like, look, baby, my husband got me some good chocolates. Can I just have one piece of chocolate and you not make me sick? Please, just one piece of chocolate. I couldn't do any sweets. Whenever I would have something sweet, I would just feel like crap. I mean, my stomach was turned up. I felt disgusting. Sweets were not a thing. It was all salty, spicy. And I'm like, oh, this is Terrence kid. Because y'all know I don't need no chips. I don't need no hot. That's not me. So that was happening. And then cravings. So outside of the spicy, I wasn't having any real specific cravings, which I was super bummed about. I thought I would have these like crazy specific cravings, and be like, ooh, go get this right now. It was like, I don't know what I want to eat. And then if I don't eat, I'm sick. So it was like, oh my gosh, we got to figure something out. But there were things that I could not eat. So food aversions, salads. I still cannot eat salads. And I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why. I don't know who, what, when, what. Nah, I cannot do salads. I've literally gotten a salad and a wrap with the exact same things on them. I mean, identical. I can eat the wrap, can't do the salad. It literally makes me gag, and it's disgusting. It just, even thinking about a salad, I'm just like, oh, I don't want salad. So salad has been an aversion, and pesto, which I'm so sad about. I love my grilled cheese with turkey and pesto on it. And the first time that I had, when I was eating grilled cheeses for like a week, when I did find something I liked, I was eating it. Like, we like this. Oh, this is what we're going to be eating. I was eating my grilled cheese, and I was like, ooh, let's jazz this thing up for the baby. Nope. I took one bite of that pesto, and it came right back up. Not even like throw up. It like didn't even get down before it was thrown back up. I was like, oh, okay. So pesto is a no. Salad is a no. So I was eating Publix subs and Chipotle like 4 times a week the first trimester, 3 to 4 times a week. It was the only thing that like tasted good. Pizza was nasty. It wasn't nasty, it just wasn't hitting, I guess is what I'll say. Like food, just everything didn't taste good, but those 2 things, Chipotle, burritos, and Publix subs, like that's what did it for me. It tastes delicious. So I was like, we're gonna keep eating it because I can keep it down and I can eat it good. I'm the same way. Yes, when I find something that we like, that's what we eating. I learned probably at week 8 that I had to stop meal prepping, because I would meal prep something and it just wasn't good to me anymore. I didn't want it anymore. It didn't taste good. It didn't sound good. So I just let go of meal prepping and was just kind of like, we're just gonna have to go with the flow. I've always liked breakfast. So that worked the entire pregnancy, which was good. So I could prep breakfast to make sure that I was starting my day not having an empty stomach, so then I wasn't getting sick. So I can get up and move for breakfast. I would have like breakfast sandwiches ready to go. Just little eggs, sausage, just cooked so that I could come and make sure I'm waking up and I'm eating, because that's how I made sure I wasn't nauseous. So first trimester, cravings was in Publix subs. I mean, champagne and oysters. That's really all I've been craving, but I can't have that. I did have some no secco over the weekend and it was trash. It was, sorry if this is you, but it was very reminiscent of Moscato and it gonna stick. No. So, I mean, needless to say, when the kid gets here, we are champagne and oystering it up, okay? So let me see, food inversions. Okay, so I answered all the questions that came in early, I think. Yes, I have all the questions that came in early. So if you guys have questions, comments, thoughts, put them in the chat so we can discuss it. And I'll just go into a couple other things, just like little stuff. You guys know that I have ulcerative colitis. So that hasn't changed. Luckily, I have not had a flare. I've had a few symptoms, but I've not had a bad flare. So that also limits what I can eat, and I've made sure that I've stuck to that so that I'm not getting sick. But all in all, UC has been good, but because I have UC, when I am having a flare, I get super bloated. And so I've posted pictures on my Instagram stories before. It's like I can literally wake up with a flat tummy, and if it's a flare, it'll look like I have like a 3-month pregnant belly. So my belly started showing pretty early. There was a little bump there, and my homegirls and then a couple of the apps that I'm on were saying like it's because your belly already knows how to stretch, kind of reminiscent to a second time or third time mom. So that was something that really surprised me. I didn't expect to see a bump so early. I didn't expect to have to go pee so frequently so early. I was like, oh, that's gonna be when the baby gets bigger. No, when it's starting out down there, and then it grows out of that area. So it's been in the bathroom since day one. I'm gonna probably have to have Terrence build me a desk or something so I can just work in the bathroom because I'm sick of it. Let me see, a vodka tonic. Oh, you going hard, Morgan. I don't think I can do a vodka tonic. Okay, Jennifer, champagne oyster party. Hey, I'm ready. It's gonna be a good time. I might have missed this, but so the gender. My husband wanted to wait until we delivered to find out the gender. Y'all can know me for 2 minutes to know I was not with that. How am I gonna plan? Who am I even talking to if I don't know what it is? And I was like, I can't wait. I need to know. So I do know what it is. He knows what it is, but we are going to share very, very soon. I want to make sure that I can make it fun and share it that way. And it's fun for me to know and other people not know that I know and drive them crazy. It's really fun. But we did find out. We found out because we did genetic testing in the first trimester, blood tests, because we have heard a couple of horror stories of you're told one gender on the ultrasound, and then later on down the road or when the kid gets here, it's a whole nother gender. And I was like, whoa, that sounds crazy. So we did opt in for the genetic testing. Most insurances, including ours, does not cover it. So we did have to pay out of pocket. I think it only ended up being like maybe like 30, hubby got that good government insurance. We thankful for that Fat Blue. But we were able to do a genetic testing and find out what it was. So we found out over the weekend. We had the results for 2 weeks before we looked. And once I had the results in my inbox, I was like thirsty to know. Yes, Jennifer, I'm already peeing all the time, and it's insane. And I tried with little kids, you make them stop drinking at 8 o'clock so they're not peeing in the bed. Nothing works. It doesn't matter. And when I tried to stop drinking at 7:30 or 8, I would find that when I got in the bed at 9, my mouth was dry. I was super thirsty. So I was like, now I gotta drink some water. And then I realized if I drink or don't drink, I'm gonna be going to the bathroom. So it don't matter. I might as well stay hydrated. I might as well stay hydrated because I'm gonna be peeing anyway. So yeah, it's like 3 or 4 times a night. I don't have a problem going back to sleep, except for it's probably one night out of the week. I get this weird insomnia. I wake up at like 3 or 4 and I'm up for like 2 hours, and no matter what I do, I can't go back to sleep. And that happens once a week. But outside of that, I usually go right back to sleep after my little restroom breaks. And my sister's like, ha ha, it's only gonna get worse. And I'm like, it can't get worse. I'm already going 3 or 4 times a night. There's no way I can be peeing more than this at night. And she's like, just wait. So Not excited about that, but I am going a ton. Yes, Morgan, it's fun. Hey guys, that's joining. We've kind of gone over all the questions that were asked prior to this. So if you have any questions that you have for me about first trimester of pregnancy, throw them in the chat and we'll discuss them. Now I'm just trying to go through a couple other things that have like surprised me or that I wasn't expecting. So another thing that came a lot earlier than I expected was my back pain. That lower back has been hurting for 2 months now. So luckily I have people that love me and Chanel and BJ sent me the pregnancy pillow. So I've been sleeping with the pregnancy pillow since like week 8 or 9. I was trying to wait, but my back was hurting. I had a whole bunch of pillows around me anyway, so it only made sense to pop it out. So my back has been hurting. Epsom salt soaks have been amazing. And then I got my first prenatal massage. What would that have been, like 2 weeks ago? And that was life-changing. I had about 4 or 5 days where there was no back pain and I slept like a baby. So I was super thankful for that. So I will be getting more prenatal massages because that was so bomb. And at the prenatal massage was the first time that I felt the baby move, which was super early, but I was kind of twisted up in this position and he hit a spot and I felt the flutters and I was like, and so I was like, you know, act like you've been somewhere before. So I didn't want to freak out on this man's table, but I was trying to hold in my excitement. But when I ran home, I mean, I literally ran in the house. I'm like, babe, stop what you're doing. Hold both of my hands and look into my eyes. He's like, girl, what? And then I told him, and he was like, oh my gosh. And so we both had like tears in our eyes and it was super sweet. And Charles was in the back pointing and laughing at us, but it was very, very special. And I felt the baby move one other time. He was for Terrence. I felt the baby move one other time was the cable guy came in and Wes starts barking like crazy. And I was like, what is happening? So I lean over, felt the baby move again, and I was just like, oh my gosh. So I was like, babe. And so, I mean, each time it's this like, you've never felt anything like that in your life. Like, it's a different kind of feeling. It's a whole different kind of feeling. So that's been amazing. I'm sad that Terrence can't feel the baby move, but it's also like I'm doing all this work, so I should get the perks. And that's just how I feel. I saw some questions come through. Let me see. Sounds like, yup, excitement. I want to hear more about your mommy workouts. Okay, Jennifer, don't let me forget. I will give you. Let's go right here to the mommy workouts. So my line sister tagged me and a girl online. Her name is Inez. And she did some mommy workouts. She's a mom. She's had a couple kids and she just wanted to empower mamas. So she had a workout. It was a HIIT class. And I was nervous because all I was doing was walking. First trimester, I was sleepy. So I was doing work. I was trying to eat and then I would sleep. That was all I was doing the first trimester. So I wasn't really working out much, but I would try to make sure when I was walking the dog, I at least walked a mile with him. It was cool enough that it wasn't a problem to walk. Pollen wasn't a problem. So I did do the walking. But when I did this HIIT workout, I was nervous. But once I did it, it was amazing. I felt so strong again and just like, oh, I can do this. And when she was like, look, we are breathing through the pain. I'm like, ooh, this how I'm going to be in labor, breathing through the pain. Terrence was just like, girl, we gonna see. So I was trying to take it that way. So it's been fun. Looking for some yoga. So I've done yoga on YouTube. I pouted, I'm gonna be honest, for about a month because I always thought I would be able to go to like an in-person yoga class with other mommies and we would share all these stories. And because of COVID, I'm at home doing yoga in the room by myself. So I have like gotten over that pity party and now I'm looking for some fun live classes that I can do to really, really just get back into that and add that to my meditation. I do like affirmations that I listen to in the morning, some pregnancy affirmations and just some fun meditative tones, which these are things I was doing before. But just make sure that I'm staying calm, baby is staying calm as we enter into the day. Your boobs are gonna be big as my, so y'all, that was another one I wasn't expecting. And mind you, I know a lot of y'all got boobs way bigger than mine, but I've had these little baby knots my whole life. So they got a little big and I'm like, whoo, how y'all live life with all these boobs? Oh my gosh. Oh, that was another one. My boobs were so sore. Week 4, like, don't touch me, don't look at me. I don't want to wear stuff. Like, my boobs were so sore. And I mean sore, tender. They are not nearly as bad anymore. I'll have moments, but I'm literally like, this is too much. All of this up here is like, whoo, I'm not used to this. So this is going to be interesting. I hope they don't get big as yours, Taylor. My goodness, I will lose it. Morgan, you only peeing 1 to 2 times. What are you drinking? How much water are you drinking? I need to know. I need to know right now. Because I feel like I'm peeing all the time. Jessica, it's the butt for me though. So what's so funny is me and Terrence had a bet. I was like, when is gonna hit that booty do? Like, when my stomach gonna stick out more than my booty do? And I think I still got a little junk in the trunk. Like, the stomach ain't caught the booty yet. He was like, nah, I think they've met. And they haven't. I think I still got a little ways to go, but it's weird. Are you not getting epidural? So the plan is to not. If I have learned anything from life and from my friends, it is that anything can happen in birth. You need to be open and ready for everything. I have, my whole life, I've been a planner. My whole life, I've also been a worrier. And that does not bode well for me. And so doing things like stressing out, worrying is what got me in the boat that I'm in with my ulcerative colitis. And those are also my triggers. So I had to learn a couple years ago to manage my stress. I had to learn to figure out what was going to work for me so that I wasn't stressed out, because if I get stressed out, I'm going to have a flare. And the original goal was to do this so that I didn't have a flare during my wedding. And I looked great in my wedding dress and not like I was 3 or 4 months pregnant. And so that was the goal. So I started meditating, I started journaling, I started finding ways to keep me calm. I also started using those same things when it came to like working out and pushing through, or like when work would get really, really stressful, I had to find other ways to cope. So I found a lot of good comes from me slowing down and meditating, but also having an open plan. And that was probably the hardest thing for me, because I'm a planner, was like learning to ask God, what is his plan for me, and listening instead of telling him how I wanted stuff to go, because that didn't matter. No matter what I want. And I had to learn that the hard way, to listen, ask him, sit down and listen. And I wasn't able to sit down and listen until COVID. COVID gave me the time that I needed to not only meditate, not only do my devotionals, but actually be still, be quiet, and hear from God. And so doing that has helped me make plans and do things that are aligned with what he has for me. And so same thing going into birth, I'm asking him to guide me. The plan is for us to go as natural as possible. The plan is for us to find other ways to cope through pain, be it, hypnosis, hypno babies, or if we're just doing breathing meditation, working on coming into that place of calm, that place of peace, and just really going inward. I'm trying to dial up my meditation, because I hear moms talk about, being in labor land and they floating like they high. Like, that's where I'm trying to be, not present. And this has been a shift. When I was, oh my gosh, even when, Carson was born, I thought I would be like, give me all the drugs. Whatever you got, I need, I want, drug me down. It's how I always thought I would be. Like, Terrence was like, they're going to be, trying to take your baby. Look, check the baby. We good. I'm coming in here hiding the mud. I want all the drugs. I don't want to feel nothing. Now that I understand how amazing and how beautiful birth is, and that we were born to do this, I want to give it my best shot, but I also want my baby to get here as happy and as healthy as possible. So if that's an epidural, if that's a C-section, if that's a water birth, I'm open to everything. I'm going to research everything, plan for everything, but make sure that at the end of the day, we are safe, and that's all I care about. But we'll see. I'll let y'all know. We will see. The plan is for you and babies to be safe. Exactly, Chanel. And that's how I feel. I learned from my homegirls specifically that if you go in with a plan, you're just going to set yourself up for disappointment and pressure. I don't want that kind of pressure. I want my plans to be known to everyone around me, but I want to be open to whatever the universe brings and whatever this baby brings. I want to try to just listen. And that's why I've been talking to my baby since before they got here. Letting them know that I'm trying to do this the way you want to do this. I'm trying to make sure that you're comfortable and you're happy and you're safe. So yeah, with that, we're talking about looking into doing things my way. I switched doctors. I had been going to an OBGYN that I loved. I enjoyed her. There's no secret about the Black mortality rates in birth. Like, Black moms are dying in childbirth, and it's atrocious in Georgia. Like, the numbers are even worse here. So I had gone in with this kind of fear around that. I used to have almost little panic attacks around like not being here anymore because I want to be a mom. That's like the thing that I want the most is going to take me out. Like, really, really fearful. So I started doing a ton of research. I had an OB that I loved, and I mean love. And she was amazing, but the practice wasn't amazing. Once I looked at their C-section rates, once I looked at trying to call them, when I was trying to call them to set up an appointment, it was so many hoops I had to jump through. My sister was like, you're not gonna want that. You ain't gonna want to do that when you got a question about your baby, when you might be in labor, when whatever. Like, that's not where you want to be. We started talking. I started asking all my questions. So I got on the PINA app. It's an app for, it can be expecting, trying to conceive, fertility issues, communities around wherever stage you are in family planning. If you're doing surrogate adoption, they have groups for all of that. And I was like, hey, do you all know a place in Georgia where I can get an ultrasound and my husband can come? Because I wanted him to hear the heartbeat with me for the first time. We found a place. It was in Alpharetta. Hey, everybody that's joining. We're talking about me switching providers. So we found a place that was in Alpharetta. That's like an hour from me, 45 minutes from me. But we were just going for the ultrasound. That was it. Nothing more. I just want my husband to hear the heartbeat with me because my doctor wouldn't allow him in. And so we get there, and the doctor is, when I tell y'all, she was selling that thing. She was in there. I was like, can you stop? Because I'm not here for this. I'm not driving an hour for birth. Like, I ain't doing it. And she was like, listen, just when she got there talking like, you can eat and drink in labor. You can have a water birth if you want to. Our C-section rate is 8%. I was like, wait, what? 8%? Oh, you said 8? Oh, you said I can eat? And so she's going through all this stuff. I'm getting real excited. And Terrence was just like, whatever you want to do, babe. I'm like, did you hear that? You should be geeked. We can't do this at the other hospital. So I'm turned up. I'm laughing. And I'm just like, in my spirit, it really started to feel like, these stats are not aligning with what I want, where I'm at. I learned that, we're going for best case scenario. Hopefully I won't even have to see my OB. So if these other people aren't doing what I need them to do, that's also a strike. So it started being very, very lopsided. I then talked to my doula, and she was like, there is no question that you need to have your baby over here at North Fulton. And she loved the practice. She loved the hospital. She had amazing experiences. So when we were at that, I think it was that 10 weeks, 9 or 10 weeks, I went ahead and officially switched my provider. And the care has been amazing. It's been great, but it's really been the testimonials that I'm getting from moms who have delivered with this practice. So these midwives, as well as that hospital. So I did switch because it's about the experience that I want. My OB, I can go back to see her later if I want to, but that's not the person you're spending the most time with in birth. And when I looked up their C-section rate of 28% versus 8%, it was a no-brainer. So I did switch care. Let me go back and see what I missed. Yes, Kat, these babies start controlling life pre-womb. It's crazy. It is all about them. And it's so many things that you just start thinking and being, it's crazy. They control it all. And I just can't even imagine when it gets here. I can't even imagine. Yes, not Jennifer, Morgan. Yes, Morgan. It's, I don't want to set myself up for disappointment. And that's another thing that can stall labor and get you upset. Things aren't going your way. If you aren't prepared for that can make things go wrong. And I don't want that. So Okay, what other questions y'all got? That's out there. I'm trying to remember everything. That's what's been going on. I had to tell my husband what I can eat because he's still very old school. You can't drink that, you can't eat that, you can't do it. I was like, pick up a book before you tell me I can't eat something because we about to fight. Like, I can't be doing this. I did stop doing coffee in the beginning, but another TMI, I started getting really, really constipated. Because of my UC, I've never been constipated. I usually go too much. I've never had an issue going. So that was very, very strange and very, very hard for me. So I added in my coffee. I added in my morning latte. I just have my one coffee in the morning, and that has helped me get things back regulated. I tried prune juice. It's disgusting. Not even for this kid could I choke down some prune juice every day. I tried. I couldn't do it. Yes, Morgan. And that's true. You do grieve the birth that you wanted, but your baby is healthy. Exactly. It happens, and that's why I'm trying to prepare myself for whatever happens so that hopefully that period of grief, if it happens, doesn't have to be too long. I'm pretty good with grief. I have been in the past, but I've also never been a mom. I've never experienced this, so I don't know how I'll show up. But I want to approach everything as if unknown, be open, not sure, and just let the emotions come as they may. Because this is a ride that I've never been on. And even if I have 47 kids, I knew each ride was going to be different. So just trying to be open and informed is how I'm going into everything. Somebody asked about prenatals. How far in advance did you start taking them? Oh, thank you. I missed that. Thank you, Kat. If I missed your question, ask it again, because so far I think I got all the questions. So I started taking prenatal vitamins 3 months before we were going to start trying. And that was at the suggestion of my OB. I had talked to her about family planning, and she was like, yep, start taking your prenatal vitamins. That way you have the stuff you need in your system already. It stays in there because whatever you do today affects your eggs and your, like, in 90 days. And so she was like, get all that out, start doing it. So that's why I started taking the prenatal vitamins. That's why I started doing the green smoothies, so that I was getting all the good nutrients in. Because in my mind, I'm like, first trimester, I'm not going to be able to eat anything but crackers. So I got to eat all this good stuff now. So I was adding in extra fruits and vegetables and all that good stuff. Prenatal vitamins. So I take the VitaFusion gummies that Chanel suggested. Again, if y'all remind me, because I'm going to forget, I will put a picture in my stories tomorrow. I did those because they're gentle on my tummy. So even pre-pregnancy, when I was taking vitamins, I had to find a vitamin that had a probiotic in it, or the ones that say they're gentle for your tummy, because it'll make my stomach upset. Medicine doesn't usually sit well with me. So the gummies are perfect. They're not too harsh. They don't have any, weird fishy taste. They have your DHA and folic acid in there, which you need. And then I do have to take a vitamin D supplement, but I've been prescribed that since before, and that's from the UC, my gastro doctor. When she checks my blood, it was low. So I hear that's common for Black women. Even I'm like, girl, I walk outside every single day. She was like, I know, but you're covered up and da 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 da. So I'm like, babe, we need a fence so I can just tan. He just like, sit down, sit down. So Chanel knows she cooked. I know. She has the most perfect baby ever. Nyla is so sweet and so happy and so precious. She's all of our baby, our first little work baby. Me and Jennifer used to always talk about all the pregnancy symptoms we were having that Chanel was not having. Like, we was just, crazy. What we was craving, Chanel wasn't craving nothing. We was out of control, but it was fun. I'm trying to start vitamin D this week. Yes. So I do it once a week. Whatever she prescribed me is once a week. So I'll look into what that means when we're post-pregnancy and breastfeeding, if I need to switch things up from a vitamin D standpoint, because I know I've been in a deficit for a while. I don't drink milk. And also because of my UC, I don't do a lot of dairy. So I know that I'm not getting everything I need from my diet, so I don't mind supplementing in that way. But that's the only supplement I take. So my prenatals, which I started 3 months before we started trying, and then my vitamin D, which I take once a week. And that's a prescription from my doctor. Yes, Jennifer, afternoon naps. It was like clockwork in the first trimester, that 4 p.m. where I would just get slapped with sleepy and gotta go to sleep. Okay, wait, I see a question. Any food aversions? Yes, so I answered those. I don't know if you guys are new. Let me see. Most weirdest cravings. So what I thought was weird was I had boiled eggs and I wrapped the eggs in pickles. But I think somebody was like, girl, that's just like a deviled egg. That ain't weird. You good. I mean, today I had PB&J with pork breakfast sausage and it was fire. But nothing weird. I thought I would have some weird, strange strawberry shakes, strawberry milkshakes when I hit day 1 of the second trimester, I started wanting strawberry milkshakes, and I never ordered a strawberry milkshake before pregnancy. I like strawberry ice creams and stuff, but it wasn't my go-to. I'm going chocolate all day. Strawberry milkshakes, I have been killing them. And then I went to Chick-fil-A and I was like, this strawberry shake ain't all the way hitting. What's up with this? I've been going to Steak and Shake. So I called my homegirl, Ashley, because she used to work at Steak and Shake in high school. And I said, Ashley, do Steak and Shake use real strawberries? She was like, girl, not no more. I was like, oh, that's why it's so strawberry. Ugh, like, what am I eating? So at that moment, in that exact day, I stopped going to get strawberry shakes from Steak and Shake because I was kind of sad about it. But I stopped the shakes, and I'm sure that didn't help with constipation either. But when you want something, you gotta have it. It doesn't go away. Like, you need it. Yep. So we'll go with the afternoon naps. Hey, y'all joining. Let me see what other questions. I told y'all my cravings. Chipotle and Publix subs are the cravings that I could do something about. The cravings I couldn't do anything about was champagne and oysters. Still want those every single day. Okay, yep, perfect. So, yes, the cravings were like, and it's not like they're weird cravings. It's just, I want this and I want this right now. So let's go get it. You going or I'm going, because I want it right now. So that's been good. And I mean, when stuff tastes good, I'm happy about it. I'll have weeks where something is amazing. Like I had a week where I was eating like a cantaloupe a day, and then the next week cantaloupe tastes like dirt. So you just never know. All I can say is don't buy no whole bunch of groceries and don't meal prep, because you're going to be wasting food if you're not going to want it. Like, you're just not going to want it. It's weird. It's really weird. So we're at 7:46. I think they'll cut me off. We'll probably do another 5 minutes. Do y'all have any other questions? Mine this pregnancy was... Jennifer, your cravings are DQ ice cream cake. Now I'm going to want some ice cream cake. Oh my gosh. Yes. So yeah, guys. I mean, the first trimester has truly been beautiful. Way milder than either of us ever imagined. I have had a few mood swings. There's times where I wake up and I look at Terrence and I just can't stand him. And then there's times when I'm like, please come close. I love you and I need you and I miss you and I want you in my face. And it be out of nowhere. Like, there's times where I know I'm being mean and I just can't stop. Like, I know I'm being unreasonable and I just can't stop. It just happens. And I just be like, I'm sorry I was mean. I don't know why. It just happened. So I was having some of those crazy things. Oh, y'all. First trimester, we went to Chick-fil-A, got a chicken sandwich, extra pickles. And I took a bite and I was like, And at the same time that I took the bite, Terrence says, you can't be making noise when you eating. And then I just started crying. I don't know if I was crying because it was so good or if I was crying because of his statement. But I was just in the car crying. Like, tears are streaming down my face. And the whole time I'm like, babe, I don't know why I'm crying. This is so unreasonable. Like, what you said was not crazy. Maybe because the sandwich is so good. I don't even know. It was nuts, y'all. And I couldn't stop crying. And every time I took a bite of the sandwich, I cried harder. It was insane. Like, so insane. I just was like, this is nuts. So some of those mood things that be happening, you know you're being crazy, you know you're being unreasonable, but you can't stop. You just keep going, and it's nuts. Does your UC symptoms vary or show up the same? My UC symptoms are actually showing up the same. The good news is that I'm not having the frequent bowel movements or passing blood, because that would take the nutrients. So I'm thankful that that's not happening. But I do still kind of have some times where I'm feeling myself being a little bloated. And I'm not enjoying that. And I feel my stomach be a little turned up, reminiscent of how things used to be. But for the most part, my UC symptoms have been very, very mild, which I was hopeful and kind of expecting in pregnancy, because they say it suppresses things. The baby gonna look just like Terrence. Man, listen, them genes on Terrence's side are so strong. I think that baby gonna look like him no matter what I do. So I ain't too stressed about that. It's gonna look at, girl, yes, every bite of the sandwich I took, I cried. It was nuts. I was so embarrassed. And pregnancy is a wild ride, y'all, but a beautiful ride. I'm really excited. I had to, I'm like, baby, it took everybody in the house a while to realize I was talking to the baby, not them. Because my baby voice is a little bit like the voice I used to talk to Wes. And then I'm saying baby, and Terrence like, huh? I'm like, I ain't talking to you. But we've gotten a nice groove now. So we in good shape. Any last questions, guys? I think I got everything, on the Q&A tab. This was really fun. It's been beautiful, y'all. Thanks for sharing this with me. Like I said, I will do my very, very best to stay open and stay transparent, because I want you guys to know what to expect. I want you to have someone that looks like you sharing their experience. I want, mamas that are like me, well-researched, a little young, wild, and free at the same time, sharing their experience, because it truly, truly has been a beautiful experience, despite all the crazy things that I wasn't quite expecting. So it's been good. So if you guys don't have any more questions, I'll give it a couple more seconds. But I've enjoyed, y'all. It's been good. I'll write up some of the responses to these in a blog post so that people that like written work can get it that way. But thank you all so much for joining me. Me and Baby J, we are so excited to have you guys along on this ride. And good times ahead. Love you guys. We'll be back for second trimester updates and maybe any other updates. Thanks for being so transparent. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We're so excited. Y'all know I wanted to be a mom my whole life. Wife and a mother is like my purpose and what I feel like I'm supposed to be doing out here. So to be able to step into that has been almost surreal. It blows my mind every day to know that I'm about to fulfill the last thing on my list. So I don't know what stuff about to look like now. This is my last big goal. So thank you guys so much. We are so excited. I mean, so excited. So just let me know what y'all want more of, less of. I got you. I'm gonna be throwing it out there. So see y'all later. Thanks so much for coming. Aw, y'all are so sweet.